Capsilon has just over 500 employees now. The mission of the company is enabling mortgage automation in digital data storage. So we help our customers to both store their documents in a secure, long-term fashion, as well as to automate as much of that process as possible. Right now we have about 30 billion files. Each loan that we process is roughly 4,000 files. And they're all under 10 kilobits in size. So they're all small files, and they're almost all PDF files. The workload is very different from a traditional company. It's not end users opening and reading and writing files. What happens is our customers upload their data, they work on it for roughly 30 days while they're closing a mortgage, and then that file will probably not be touched again for the life of the mortgage, which could be 30 years. So there's heavy reads during that first 30 days, and then it kind of goes into cold storage for the rest of its life. Security being a big one. Our customers are generally banks and financial institutions, so they're super secure, and there's a lot of audits and just in general paranoia about things that we have to be ready to proactively take care of. So security is a big one. And then another one is scalability. Because we're dealing with billions and billions of files, we need to be able to grow quickly, efficiently, and nimbly. And that's often a challenge for us. We were having a number of problems with our previous solution. One was storage efficiency. Every terabyte of data we tried to store in the previous solution was taking about 10 terabytes of actual physical storage. So we were wasting a lot of space, and that meant a lot of rack space, power, cooling, heating, constantly having to add more drives, so a lot of work there. We were having a lot of problems with the vendor in terms of drive replacements, taking way too long, taking 4, 5, 6, 7 days to replace a drive, taking weeks to add nodes, and having 100+ drive failures in a single year. So we were constantly working on this vendor's solution, and it became basically a full-time job for my staff to manage. The big thing was the cluster sizes. Being able to get from 256 kilobytes down to 4 kilobytes made it super efficient and made the most efficient use of the drives for all of our files. That combined with still being able to have data encryption and having a major vendor like HPE behind the hardware were some of the deciding factors. So the technology has been great. It's been pretty much flawless. And from that side, for example, I can say the majority of my team doesn't know much at all about Qumulo. And while that may sound like a negative, it's because they don't have to touch it. With the previous solution, they worked in it every day, and they knew it back and forwards because they had to, because there were always problems and they had to work on it all day, every day. With Qumulo, we perform a quarterly upgrade, and other than that, we generally don't ever touch it. So from the technology side, rock solid. From the customer success side, I can't say enough about how flexible and available Qumulo staff have been. So we're in the Eastern time zone, and I usually start at 7 a.m., which is pretty early, especially for anybody that might be in the Pacific side. Yet, if I post a question in my customer Slack channel, I've got an answer almost always within minutes. I've actually never even called the Qumulo phone number. I just use the Slack channel because you guys are so responsive there. So that's been amazing. So our plans are to move all of our image data storage to Qumulo. Currently, we've moved our 2 largest customers to it, and that's roughly 10 billion files, and we're planning to move the other 20 billion to it in the next 12 to 18 months. Oh gosh, I love technology, so especially new technology, and especially storage. So I'm infrastructure director, so I'm responsible for everything infrastructure, servers, network, all of that, but storage has always been my passion. I was certified in Compellent way back when, and I used to do installs of it. There's something about storage and manipulating it and moving it around and all the, it's not just storing ones and zeros to me, it's the heartbeat of most companies. And so truly understanding it has always been a passion of mine. And so I'm always looking, especially at new storage companies and new ways to manipulate data and report on it. It's my specialty. So.